Okay, I am not dressing up like last year's readathon announcement. I was not about to paint myself purple for this, so the horns are the closest that you're getting to a Lucien cosplay from me. Hello everybody, my name is Danny and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this year's announcement for Vox Machina-thon. I know what you're thinking. Danny, Lucien isn't part of Vox Machina. I know he's not. I know he has nothing to do with it, and he's from a completely different campaign. I'm not changing the entire name of the Readathon for this, so it's got like a subtitle that's going to be Nine Eyes-a-thon or Nine Eyes Readathon, whatever I end up putting in the title of this video. If for some reason you don't know what Vox Machina-thon is, if you're new here or you're not really into Critical Role, Vox Machina-thon is a readathon that I started last year as a way to celebrate the release of Kith and Kin, the first novel put out by Critical Role, which is a D&D podcast that I love so much. This year they're putting out another book, and it is called The Nine Eyes of Lucien, and it has to do with a character from Campaign 2, and he has horns, which is why I'm wearing these. He doesn't have horns that look like this, but it's fine. And so I'm going to read a summary of what the book is. It's just the summary I'm pulling off of Goodreads. Then I'm going to go over the prompts and dates for the readathon. It's a little bit different than last year's, so I'm very excited. So the summary reads, Lucien has always been able to spin a bad situation to his advantage. From his childhood on the dangerous streets of Shady Creek Run to his years living off the grid and learning blood magic from the Claret Orders, the charismatic blood hunter will find a way to get the upper hand. When Lucien is on a job in the frozen wastelands of Islecross with his fellow mercenaries, a rough-and-tumble crew called the Tomb Takers, fate leads him to a mysterious journal in the ruins of an ancient city. The book speaks of the Sum Novum, 9 beings who can grant Lucien power beyond imagining if he's able to find them and free them from captivity. Intrigued by this opportunity, Lucien pores over the journal, but the more he reads, the stranger things become. The 9 whisper to him in dreams and waking visions, time slips away along with Lucien's grasp on reality, and tattoos of red eyes begin appearing on his skin. With the ability to reshape the world within his grasp, Lucien ignores all warning signs. He has always bent fortune to his will, and nothing, not even death, will stop him now. I'm so excited for this. If you don't know, Molly Mock is my favorite Critical Role character, and not to spoil anything, but Lucien and Molly Mock have what you could call an intertwined backstory. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say anything more than that, but I cannot wait for this book. It is by Madeleine Roux, who I have read from before. I've only read one of her books. I read House of Furies, and I remember really liking it, so I'm excited to read more from her. So last year, with the release of Kith and Kin, I had 2 different sets of reading prompts for the readathon. I had Team Vex and Team Vax. This year I am drawing inspiration from the Sum Novum, and if you couldn't tell, that means 9 is what the Novum is, and so there are 9 different prompts inspired by the 9 members of the Sum Novum. There are also going to be 9 weeks for this readathon, so it will be a 2-month readathon instead of just one like last year. So it spans from November 1st to December 31st, and I know that's not technically a full 9 weeks. If it was a full 9 weeks, I think it would start like October 30th or whatever, but I don't care. That sounds like an ugly date to start a readathon on, so I'm just starting it November 1st. 2 days isn't going to mean anything. And so now that you know that, I'm just going to get to the prompts. So like I said, the prompts are inspired by the 9 members of the Sum Novum, so all of their names actually are inspired by emotions in Latin, and I thought that was really cool, so I tried to base the prompts off of what their names meant. So first off, we have Luctus, which means grief or sorrow, and for that I want you to read a book that you think will make you sad. The second member of the Sum Novum is Gaudius, which means joy or cheer, and for this, kind of the opposite, read the book you're most looking forward to. I mean, it might make you sad, but like, I personally am not looking forward to books that are gonna make me sad, so that's why I kind of feel like those two are kind of opposite prompts, but you know, you might look forward to reading sad books. Then we have Ira, which means anger or wrath, and for this I want you to read a book with a physical aspect that makes you mad. And so that could be you think the book has a dumb title, or in my case, a book that has deckled edges because I really don't like deckled edges. It really frustrates me to read a book with them. The thing is, though, it does not count if it's like a book with a cover that you don't like, because that ties into a later prompt. So, but any other physical aspect of the book that makes you mad, it would fit for this prompt. For vigilant, which means watchful or alert, I want you to read a recent release. And so the Nine Eyes of Lucien could work for this because it comes out sometime in November. I probably should have looked up the exact date, but that would be a recent release in time for the Readathon. And you can define recent release however you want. For me, I would say personally something that was released during the time of the Readathon. If for some reason you don't really read books that are newer and you prefer older stuff, recent release can mean something released in the past year or past 2 years. Define it however you want. This Readathon is meant to be fun, so you can bend the prompts to make them fit for you. Then we have a lattice, which means uplifted or proud, and for this you are to read a book with a lot of hype surrounding it. The sixth book is for Timore, which means fear or dread, and I want you to read an intimidating book. Again, you can define intimidating in any way you want. It could be intimidating because of the size, it could be intimidating because of the content of the book, anything like that. Then we come to Miramis, which means surprise. For this, I want you to read a book that is from a genre you don't usually pick up, because who knows, maybe it'll surprise you and be a favorite even though it's not a genre you usually read. The second to last prompt is for Fastadan, and that means loathing, and so for this I want you to read a book with a cover that you hate. And this is why earlier with Ira I said that a book with a cover you don't like cannot fit for that prompt, because it's its own separate prompt. And I know those two prompts really go hand in hand, but this is the best that I came up with, and I am really happy with the prompts, so I'm keeping them. And last but not least, we have Kulpasi, which means blame or fault, and for this, you are to read a book that you feel guilty about not having read sooner. This could be for a variety of reasons. It could be your best friend's favorite book that they've been wanting you to read. It could be the last book in a series that you've been meaning to finish and just haven't gotten around to. Whatever you want. So I will have my own TBR video going up in a couple of weeks. I don't know if it'll be at the end of October or the beginning of November, but I am still kind of deciding what books I want to put where. I have most of them nailed down, but there are a couple of prompts that I'm just not totally sure what I want to read for them. I'll figure that out. If you want to make your own TBR video for this, or maybe an Instagram post, anything like that, please try and tag me in it, because obviously I would love to see people participating in my readathon. I am so excited for this, and I hope you guys are too. If you enjoyed this video and you're looking forward to the readathon, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone!